All right. Well, welcome to the Turo family, everybody. My name is Ali. I'm a host success manager and fellow host here at Turo. We are extremely thrilled to have you join the world's largest car sharing community. Before we dive in, let's cover a few essentials to ensure your business starts smoothly and stays on track. So, a couple of critical requirements. Stay for the full session. To have your vehicle listed, you must remain on the webinar for the entire duration. Early departures will result in a delay in your onboarding. Email match. We want to ensure that the email you use for this webinar is the same one linked to your Turo hosting account. So please make sure of that. Confirm settings. Double check your pricing and protection in the app at the end of today's session. Your listing cannot go live without these settings being confirmed within the app, and we will go more in depth in that momentarily. And of course, going live. Once we finish today, your vehicle will typically go live within 24 to 48 hours. However, it can happen much faster. Keep your eye on your listing as bookings can come through pretty quickly after being listed. So be ready. Because again, bookings can happen pretty instantly. Please snooze your vehicle or block your calendar if you aren't ready to host the moment we do finish today. We will go over that as well for you. Of course, commit to your trips. We expect hosts to honor every booking. Cancellations negatively impact your standing and the guest experience. And of course, final tips. Take notes. I highly recommend that you take notes or grabbing some screenshots as we go through the session today. And then, of course, a Q&A. We'll wrap up the session by answering your most frequently asked questions. Other than that, welcome everybody. You hope you have an amazing journey ahead of you. Let's go ahead and dive in and get your Turo business started.
Hi, and welcome to your Turo host orientation. Today, we're going to show you some of the most important tools and settings you'll need to get your car sharing business up and running. We'll also cover some useful tips to set you up for success. We'll open up for questions with one of our onboarding specialists at the end of the presentation. Whether you're starting with one car or several, you can scale at your own pace, growing your portfolio of vehicles to increase your earnings potential. Hosting on Turo means you're able to build a business that's scalable, accessible, and flexible. We'll discuss how to set up your listing and adjust your settings, how to check your guests in and out, and how to offer your guests a 5-star experience. At the end, we'll have time to answer your questions. Today, we're going to show you the Turo app, so keep in mind that the website on your computer looks a little different. Open the Turo app and make sure you're in host mode. This is where you'll be able to view your vehicles and adjust your settings, which is very important to your success as a host. Let's talk through your calendar. Your calendar is where you can view upcoming trips, block off dates and times when your car isn't available, and adjust your pricing. For example, if there are days when you'll need the car yourself, the car's in the shop, or you're out of town, be sure to block off your calendar so your car can't be booked. Keeping your calendar up to date is super important as a host and should always be a top priority. Go to the calendar. You can block off consecutive days or the same time on multiple days. Tap the days where you want to add unavailability and select Unavailability in the drop-down menu. Tap Block Availability. Tap the daily or hourly tab depending on your type of unavailability and adjust your start and end time. Then tap the Update button. Now your calendar will be blocked and your vehicle can't be booked during these times. Think of a time in your life when someone canceled on you. Maybe you were looking forward to a special event with a friend and they suddenly couldn't make it. You might have felt frustrated, disappointed, and inconvenienced, especially if you were stuck with an extra ticket. We definitely want to avoid any cancellations, which is why it's so important to keep your calendar updated. As you'd expect, there are consequences if you cancel on a guest. Hosts who cancel on their first guest are much less likely to ever get a second booking. and hosts who cancel too many times could have their vehicles unlisted or be banned from Turo. Additionally, if you cancel on a guest, you'll be charged a cancellation fee. You'll get an automated cancellation review on your listing, and you'll have a higher cancellation rate. We'll talk more about performance ratings later. We bet you've been wondering what price to set for your car. We'll talk you through the basics of pricing, share some tips for how to think about pricing, and how to stay competitive throughout the year. Travel trends are seasonal, with some cities getting more visitors during the summer and other cities getting more visitors during the winter or spring. Because of these seasonal changes, your business on Turo should have busier and quieter times of the year. We want to set the right expectations for you, as well as provide some best practices from our top hosts. In the calendar section of your Trips tab, you'll see prices set for your vehicles. These prices are set using dynamic pricing, a sophisticated pricing algorithm that uses current market data to calculate the best price for your car on a given day to help maximize your earnings. If you think the price should be different based on your local market knowledge or because you have specific utilization goals, you can easily change it for a specific day or as many days as you want after you've completed the dynamic pricing tutorial. A great strategy for many new hosts is to lower their prices a little to help get their first several trips. They focus on offering a great guest experience to get their first 5-star reviews, which will help attract more guests. Then, they use dynamic pricing to better match the competition. Offering discounts, especially for longer trips, is a great way to help make your listing more appealing. 2 useful pricing insights to explore are the Future Prices chart and Booked Price Trends. The Future Prices chart shows the current dynamic pricing for the next 90 days, so you can see how your prices will change over time. Booked Price Trends show how your past prices compare with past booked prices for similar vehicles in your area. Monthly trips are the fastest growing segment of trips on Turo. Offering longer trips can be a profitable strategy if they're right for your business. Monthly trips can help boost earnings and increase the number of days your car is earning each month, with less work required than getting the car ready for multiple trips. Just like a monthly apartment rental has a lower cost per night than a hotel's nightly rate, guests expect lower daily rates for longer trips. Offer a monthly discount to help attract these guests, and unlock a lower distance limit to help reduce wear and tear on your car. Update your vehicle setting to take advantage of monthly trips. Offering airport delivery is a great way to get your business on Turo off to a strong start. Nearly a third of trips on Turo are airport trips, so offering delivery to the airport will help boost your visibility and help you get more bookings. A big earning opportunity, these trips tend to be longer and are often booked further in advance. The Location and Delivery tab lets you set where guests can meet you to pick up and return the vehicle. While airport trips may come with extra costs like parking or transportation, you can offset them by charging a delivery fee. Many successful hosts adjust their settings to offer free delivery for trips that are longer than a certain length to help stay competitive with car rentals. Guests often compare Turo to traditional car rentals, so make sure your total price is competitive while still working for your business. Some airports have designated delivery areas, so be sure to look up airports with delivery permits in the Turo Help Center to familiarize yourself with any rules ahead of time. The app makes it easy to share the parking location with your guests for a smooth pickup. You can also offer to deliver to hotels and train stations, or let guests choose a custom address so you can bring the car to them. The Details tab is where you'll tell potential guests about your vehicle. Be sure to accurately fill out the features section so guests know what to expect. For example, does your vehicle have all-wheel drive or Bluetooth? Maybe you offer a child safety seat or allow pets. Let's talk about a few key settings in your Trip Preferences tab. This is where you can adjust how much advance notice you need before a trip starts, how much buffer time you need between trips, and the shortest and longest trips you can accommodate for different types of locations. You can get your first booking as soon as your listing is published. Bookings are confirmed automatically, and you'll get a notification so you can prepare for each trip. It's important to keep your calendar, pricing, trip preferences, and settings like pickup and return hours, which we'll cover next, up to date, so you don't risk canceling on guests. Now, let's jump to settings to talk about your pickup and return hours, which are the hours you're available to meet your guests for check-in and check-out. Customize your hours to fit your schedule, keeping things like your job and personal commitments in mind. If you're doing contactless check-in and check-out, which means you're not physically meeting your guests to hand over the keys, you'll likely have broader pickup and return hours. We'll talk more about contactless check-in later. Accidents and damage to vehicles are rare. However, in the event that something does happen, we want to make sure your vehicle is eligible for damage protection. To be eligible for reimbursement for damage, you need to accurately document your vehicle's condition with clear, new photos, right before and after every trip. Think of these photos as proof, showing what the car looked like before and after the trip. Then, if you need to file a damage claim, our team will review these photos to determine if you're eligible for reimbursement. This is super important because without the right photos, Turo, unfortunately, isn't able to reimburse you for any damage. Remember, no photos, no protection. There are 3 protection plans for you to choose from. You'll automatically be signed up for a plan, so review your options and choose the one that's best for you. The higher the percentage of the trip price you get to take home, the higher the deductible will be too. For eligible damage claims, the host will be responsible for paying the deductible, and Turo will reimburse them for any additional repair costs. Please note, you need to keep your personal insurance policy in the vehicle at all times. The protection plan you select from Turo only protects the vehicle during a trip. Let's talk a little more about check-in and check-out so you know just what to do. Before a trip starts, the app will ask you to complete a few important steps that we call check-in. The app will have you upload photos of your car to document the condition inside and out and record the current miles and fuel level. Again, these photos will be reviewed by our team if you need to file a damage claim or request reimbursement. We highly recommend taking at least 20 photos of your car within 24 hours of the start of the trip. Don't reuse old photos or use photos taken before that 24-hour window. If you use older photos for damage claims or reimbursement, your claim may be denied. At check-in, the Turo app will ask your guest for a photo of their driver's license and a selfie with their license, which you'll need to review. If your guest hasn't submitted their driver's license photos by the time you meet, review their license in person. The app will tell you what to do. Don't hand over the keys until you've reviewed your guest's driver's license. And don't give the keys to anyone who isn't the primary driver. Be sure to take care of your checkout tasks within 24 hours of the trip ending. Similar to check-in, at checkout, the app will remind you to document the current condition of the vehicle. You'll be prompted to take and upload at least 20 new photos, including the miles and fuel or battery level, as well as report any damage if necessary. Be sure to take photos even if you don't notice any issues. Contactless check-in and check-out means handing off the keys using a lockbox or a remote unlocking technology. Hosts who use contactless check-in and check-out are likely to get more bookings because their car is available more hours. It's also much more convenient for hosts. If you decide contactless check-in and check-out is right for you, you'll still need to do all the check-in and check-out tasks we just covered. Here are some examples of good check-in and check-out photos. Your photos should be clear, with good lighting, capturing the inside and outside of the vehicle. Be sure to always take a photo of the mileage and fuel or battery level. And here are some photos that you want to avoid. Don't upload photos that are blurry or too dark. The most common reason reimbursements for damage or incidentals are denied is because there aren't good, clear photos. So make sure to take your time and be thorough before and after every trip. After you follow the checkout process, you'll be able to report any damage claims or charge for incidentals if needed. Incidentals include requesting reimbursements from your guest for not refueling or recharging your vehicle, additional miles if they drove over the included number of miles, or fees for tickets and tolls. You'll want to report more serious violations like cleaning or smoking violations in the app under Report an Issue within 72 hours of the trip ending. Guests aren't allowed to smoke in any vehicles listed on Turo, and there are serious consequences if they break this rule. Similarly, based on our cleaning policy, if a guest returns the car in a really dirty condition, think major stains, you can report the issue and charge a cleaning violation fee. In these cases, you'll need to share clear, sharp photos as evidence. For smoking violations, we need photos of physical evidence like ash, since we can't confirm the smell of smoke. Rest assured that these kinds of incidents are rare, and we take these violations very seriously. Your Performance tab shows how well you and your vehicles are doing. These metrics are based on data from all your listings during the past 365 days. Your performance is made up of 4 criteria: your response rate, acceptance rate, commitment rate, and your percentage of 5-star ratings from guests. Every quarter, you'll be evaluated based on your performance, and if you meet the requirements across all the criteria, you'll be awarded All-Star Host status. You'll get an All-Star Host badge on your profile and vehicle listings that shows guests that you're a trusted and experienced host, and will help your listing rank higher in search results. It's a good idea to keep an eye on your performance and read guest reviews to look for areas of improvement. We recommend focusing on the following areas to offer your guests a 5-star experience. Clean and refuel your car. Cleanliness is an important performance metric, so give yourself enough buffer time to clean your car inside and out, and top off the tank or battery before every trip. Keep your car well maintained. Stay up to date on all maintenance and repairs to make sure your car is safe to drive, performs well, and looks good too. Maintenance is an important performance metric, and your vehicle may be removed from the platform if this rating becomes too low. Communicate proactively. Send your guest a message to introduce yourself and share any special pickup and return info. Be available to answer any questions during their trip. Make pickup and return clear and simple. Create straightforward pickup and return instructions either in messages or within your vehicle listing under Guest Instructions. Download the Turo app and turn on notifications. The app will help you manage your bookings and listings on the go. Read your guest reviews and check your performance to find areas for improvement. Lastly, Turo has your back, and we're here for you if you ever need help. Our support team is here 24/7 to chat online or over the phone. We offer 24/7 roadside assistance for you and your guests in case of accidents, breakdowns, or other issues. And you can visit our online help center to learn about hosting and Turo policies. Thank you for your time. We're delighted you're joining us as a host on Turo. Now let's open up for questions with one of our onboarding specialists.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope that was informational for you guys. So now what we are going to do is we will start with our commonly asked questions, of course, before we wrap up our session for today. Okay, so to start us off, what are my next steps? Beautiful. All right. At the conclusion of the webinar, please be sure to have completed your vehicle settings checklist. This includes confirming your vehicle's pricing, trip preferences, and protection plans, things of those sort. Again, this is incredibly important. Please, please, please make sure that you confirm your vehicle settings in the app so your listing does not get delayed from going live. Okay. Your vehicle will be listed within 24 to 48 hours. You will receive an email notification once you have been listed. Additionally, Turo will automatically list your vehicle, and you will receive a notification when it is listed. Though again, the process can take up to 24 to 48 hours, so please be patient with us. Because your vehicle is automatically listed, you have the option to unlist or snooze it at any time if you're not quite ready to start receiving trips. Okay. All right. So what happens if my vehicle is not listed? If your vehicle is not listed within 24 to 48 hours, there may be a few reasons why. If you don't receive a notification that your vehicle has been listed within 48 hours, it's likely because you didn't register for the webinar using the email or phone number linked to your Turo account, and we're unable to locate your information. So please double check the email and phone number linked to your hosting account, then register for a new session using that same information. This will help us locate your account and list your vehicle in an appropriate time. All right, next is, how does protection work at Turo? Okay, so we offer 3 protection plans, and you can change your plan anytime. The Turo protection plan covers your car during guest trips. If you haven't already, you will select a protection plan and can change this at any time. Please keep in mind that the protection plan you select as a host is what covers your vehicle during a trip. You cannot request personal insurance details from your guest, as this coverage is handled separately through their own selection. All right. And of course, how to report damages. Plan to report damages within 24 hours of a trip ending. Please be sure to provide photos of the damage after the trip has ended. Always be sure to take and upload pre and post trip photos for every trip. That is incredibly important. So again, any damages that do occur, always be sure to take and upload pre and post trip photos for every trip. All right, damage types. So once you file a damage claim, you'll select the type of damage that occurred and then choose a resolution path. You can resolve the damages directly with your guests, but that's something we do highly suggest and always recommend. If you can't come to an agreement with your guest, you have 20 days from the end of your trip to escalate the claim to Turo. All right. So when filing a claim, you'll need to provide a damage estimate within 3 days of the end of your trip. Once you've received your estimate, you can resolve it directly with your guest if that's the path that you do go down. If you're unable to resolve the damages with your guest, you can escalate it to Turo then. Okay. Next is, what is the incident information card? Okay. I highly encourage you guys to download and print out an incident information card for your vehicle. The link will be included in the post-webinar email that I will send out. The card contains important liability information, including the insurance company name and policy number, roadside assistance phone number, instructions to follow in case of an accident. And then please note, you must carry a copy of your personal insurance in your vehicle. This is very important. So again, please keep a copy of your personal insurance in the vehicle. Incident info cards don't meet the state financial responsibility requirements. Right, next is, what are the remote check-in methods? Okay, so there are 2 remote check-in methods you might consider using. Option 1 is using a lockbox. This is a very popular one on the platform. You'll place your car key in the radio frequency signal blocking pouch. You'll put the RF pouch inside the lockbox and go ahead and lock it, and you'll attach the lockbox to the car. You'll message the lockbox code to your guest after they've been verified, of course. Our next option is going to be an OEM. Many car manufacturers have remote lock and unlock technology built in, so do check that out with your manufacturer to see if that is available for you. Use an RF pouch for the key as well, and if available, message your Turo guests so you know when to unlock the car for them. All right, next is, how do I verify my guest? Okay, so this highlights the verification process we have. Here are the guest expectations. Your guest can check in up to 24 hours before the trip starts. Guests will upload required check-in photos. The guest will then upload a photo of their driver's license, and then the guest will upload a selfie holding their driver's license. Here are the expectations for hosting. You can complete a check-in up to 24 hours before the trip begins. You'll review the guest's uploaded check-in photos. we will confirm the guest information matches. So again, as a host, we do have to confirm the guest information that it matches that we have in the trip details. And then once confirmed, allow the guest access to the vehicle, of course. Okay. And this is what the verification process looks like for a Turo guest. Your guest will take a photo of their license. And then secondly, the guest will also take a photo of themselves, of course, holding the license to confirm their identity. All right. And then next, this is going to be the verification process for a Turo host. Once your guest has uploaded their license, you will verify the name, the birth date, and expiration. This is also where you take pre-trip photos and record your mileage and fuel levels. If there's anything out of the ordinary with the guest driver ID and you are unsure, I highly recommend that you do reach out to Turo support for them to review. All right, next is how can I stand out to guests? Okay, so photos are an excellent way to market your vehicle and increase your booking potential. We strongly recommend taking at least 5 interior and 5 exterior photos of your vehicle, and then be sure to take a step back when taking your photos to make sure that the car is within the frame. And then, of course, here are a couple of examples. Beautiful. Okay, next, can I offer airport delivery? Yes, you definitely can. You can enable airport delivery in your location and delivery settings. Search for the airport you want to offer delivery to and add it as a delivery location. Consider setting a reasonable delivery fee or offer free delivery to attract more guests. And then consider when you receive the trips at the airport, always follow Turo's airport permit policy and specific permit requirements of the airport where you're delivering to. That's incredibly important. To learn more about Turo's airport permit policy and local permit requirements, please visit the Turo Help Center, and I'll make sure to include that in the post-webinar email as well for you guys. Okay. All right. Next is going to be, what host resources do I have? All right, so at Turo, we provide you with many resources as a host for support. We offer multiple methods of assistance and support and are here for you every step of the way. We highly recommend using Ask Turo in the app. It's our intelligent search tool designed to give you instant 24/7 answers to any questions about policies, the protection plans, and managing your trips. Just type in your question and it pulls the exact information you need directly from our official help center and host guides. All right. And to start wrapping it up, I want to thank you guys so much for being here and spending time with us today. Turo is extremely excited to welcome you to our marketplace as a host. As we wrap up today, I will provide you with a few final reminders. First and foremost, it is important to understand that hosting on Turo is not a source of passive income. Earning money and building a successful business through Turo requires consistent time, effort, and hands-on involvement. And secondly, we make every effort to get your listing up as quickly as possible. So please note that it can take up to 24 to 48 hours for your vehicle to appear on Turo and for the checklist tasks to show as completed in the app. Once your listing is live, you'll receive an email notification. So please be sure to keep an eye out in your inbox for updates. And then, of course, thank you guys so much for joining the Turo onboarding webinar today. Welcome to Turo, everybody, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.